Ooh, wow, that was too close. I never thought I had to go back to that place. It was even nuttier than the last time. So many lines, so much money. But at least I have you. And I'm gonna do exactly what you think I'm gonna do. Not that thing, the other thing. Playing you, of course. Yeah.
Oh, come on! This again! Can't you at least give me one more minute? Fine. I guess we'll do a Resident Evil battle again. How long does this thing take to install anyway? Oh, shit. Alright, well it better be done installing after we're done with this. Piece of shit.
Well, doesn't this give you a sense of deja vu, huh? I was honestly not expecting Capcom to already have a Resident Evil 3 remake being in the works during Resident Evil 2's release. Though I guess it's not surprising that this happened. Both Resident Evil 2 and 3 on the original PlayStation shared a lot of assets, locations, and both stories of Leon and Claire and Jill Valentine were happening simultaneously. But from what I have heard, this one was in development for much longer, so it's really them doing Resident Evil 2 just to get it out of the way since they already have assets made for it. Plus, with Resident Evil 8 still being a long way from releasing, I guess we can be okay with another remake along with this multiplayer mode they've advertised for quite a while. As for what I think about Resident Evil 3, I'll try to keep this as short as I possibly can, but in case if it doesn't, here's a time code. But anyways, I really like it. But not nearly as much as the second one. It's not that the game is unpolished compared to the second one. If you played the Resident Evil 2 remake, you'll pretty much get the same feeling of the gameplay here, just with new mechanics like the dodging and slow motion system. There are many improvements to the original in terms of the story and characters. The addition of Jill's apartment was a nice touch, along with showing us more of her character and her mental state after the events of Resident Evil 1. Carlos is given more playable stages and went from a generic pretty boy to a badass mercenary with so much charisma, making Nikolai an absolute dick in this game. The hospital defense section was awesome and so needs its own survival endless mode, adding 5 new difficulty settings instead of the regular 3, and they tied this game with the events of Resident Evil 2 very well by, spoiler alert, you've been warned, how Marvin got bitten in the first place, what caused the RPD to look the way it looks, and some behind the scenes action that occurred during Leon and Claire's scenarios. But there is a lot wrong here. I'm sure many of you have heard people complain about the length of the game, and I'm here to say, yes, it does feel a lot shorter than Resident Evil 2. But I think that's just because there's only one scenario in this game, whereas Resident Evil 2 had 4. Well, it's actually 2, but with the intro swapped around. I guess that's how you can pad out the runtime, maybe. But I have a lot more to discuss here than to just talk about the length of the game. I came across a bug in the nightmare mode that caused Nemesis to stay perfectly still and not attack me no matter what I do, and pretty much soft-locked my game when I tried to reload and autosave. Nemesis isn't really that much of a threat in this version than he was in the original. One grenade, no matter what difficulty you play on, will pretty much take him out right here and there without any additional shots to the chest or the head. Also, for a remake of Resident Evil 3, there's a lot of shit that they have either changed or completely left out in the original. There's no dead-end factory, no clock tower or raccoon parks to go into. Much of the locations feel so different to the point of being completely unrecognizable. The Mercenaries mode is gone here. That was a huge mistake. There's only one outfit for Jill to wear, which is the STARS gear, which I do love. But really, that's the only one? And while the RPD section is there, it's not Jill that goes into it. It's Carlos instead. Like, why? Why you need to change that? I mean, I know why you had to change that for story purposes, but still, why swap the characters? It just feels like they were making changes for the sake of making changes and nothing else. Also, there's this one scene where Jill goes into a power station and she finds a lot of spiders called Deimoses. And one jumps onto her and... let's just say all of the hentai artists out there are going to have a field day with this one. Really, this feels more like a reimagine than it does a remake. Which, if that's what they were going for, I probably would have been okay with that. But here's the thing. This was not advertised as a reimagine. This was advertised as a remake. Now, I don't know if it's the development team that was at fault here, because these are not the same people who did Resident Evil 2, or Capcom just got way too comfortable asking for many changes with this one. But regardless, this is not Resident Evil 3 Remake, this is Resident Evil 3 Reimagined. Which might be okay for some, but not for many fans. Me personally, it's a mixed feeling. Now, all of that being said, even though the game is not what we may expect from a remake, I still think it's worth getting if you're a Resident Evil fan. The gameplay is just as good as it was in Resident Evil 2, the boss sections are intense, the story and characters are greatly improved, and it has a few extra modes that give you a bigger challenge than you might have playing hardcore. Also, you have the Resident Evil Resistance multiplayer mode in case you want to duke it out with some friends while playing some of the game's bosses from 2 and 3. However, I do hope that they add new things into the single player that will make the game feel more complete than it did at launch. Because right now, to some, it's looking pretty dry. And you know, that's really upsetting. Resident Evil 3 to me and others consider that game to be the weakest in the PS1 era. So, I was hoping that with this remake, that it would have people see that entry in a different light. But all it seemed to have done was divide people even more. And that's unfortunate. So, yeah, Resident Evil 3. Good game, really good, but can't hold a candle to the second one. So of course, since we looked at Albert Wesker vs. Doom when Resident Evil 2 came out, it's only appropriate that we look at another one with this being released. Though, I had some trouble figuring out which project I wanted to look at as I was given 2 videos to watch. But I think I know the solution. Oh, you thought last video was me baiting you, huh? No. I was baiting you thinking that was bait. So, welcome to a double whammy, where we will look at 2 Resident Evil rap battles by Uberosity and Skeep Teal. These battles are Leon Kennedy vs. Rick Grimes and Evelyn vs. Eleven from Stranger Things. Oh, ha, I get it. Let's do Uber's battle first, shall we?
Uber battles of fiction!
Holy shit, that mic. You can tell this was some quality 2013 content we're watching here. He even has this in his description. This battle is from 2013. Our current content is a lot better, so keep that in mind while viewing the classic Uber rap battles of fiction. I cannot compute that sentence. Oh, and guess what else? The fucking Faints letterboxed. Enjoy this 4.3 ratio, you widescreen addicts.
Rick Grimes!
Oh god, they're doing the Gaming All-Star rap battles technique. And is that the house from the show? I don't think it is. Guessing they really did not want to use that overused Herschel farm view. And nice font placement where I can barely read it as it's pointed to the sky.
Versus Leon S. Kennedy.
Honestly, it looks like I'm viewing crappy promotional art that never made the cut. And I can tell for certain that this background wasn't from Resident Evil 4. And keep in mind too, Resident Evil 6 was fairly new at the time. You couldn't use any recent images from that game instead?
Time for glorious battle with the Resident Evil.
Wow, that's been like, what, 1 second? And we already have a grammar error and a name drop.
Your disastrous methods are nigh, worse than medieval.
What the hell? When has Leon ever talked like this? Ada! Ada! May have thou waiteth, Ada.
You never run out of ammo.
I don't know if that's a Herschel Infinite Ammo reference or not, but I'll say yes.
Now hold my gun, steady.
Oh yeah, bring up the fact that Rick has infinite bullets to put down numerous zombies in a matter of minutes, while you're fighting tooth and nail to find one single shell for your shotgun, just to tell him you'll hold your gun steady next time. Nice one.
I'll try and destroy you completely, but you're pretty much dead already.
That was not me putting that face there. That's actually in the video. That is the most random thing ever.
I'll try and destroy you completely, but you're pretty much dead already.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
I'd appreciate morality, but I don't think I can.
What the hell are you even talking about at this point? I'm probably missing some details in Resident Evil 6. But then again, it's Resident Evil 6, so maybe I'm not.
So I'll sever your chances like your right hand, man.
Yada yada yada. Obligatory ERB Rasputin vs. Stalin reference to be inserted here, along with Salazar reference there. Now with that out of the way, are you talking to comic book Rick or TV show Rick? Because throughout this whole thing, we see TV show Rick, who did not lose his hand in that version. Unless you're combining the two, I'm just gonna assume this is TV Rick, since that's what we see throughout the whole battle.
Kennedy, I can't listen to your rappy generation.
Oh Jesus God, you're going to have Justin doing the voice? Have you not learned from his old battle where he did Rick? Oh well, shit happens.
Kennedy, I can't listen to your rappy generation.
Name drop number 2.
So silence, bitch, so look at you as fucking damnation.
Really? A third name drop just after the second one? What's next? I have a vendetta against you?
I survived homeless shots and hordes of walkers in my past. You're just a late-ass Cooper who's in this battle, it won't outlast.
This guy had to deal with zombies, Mr. X, G-Virus, parasites, Rasputin, Ashley, Sadler, Chris Redfield, alcoholism, and the worst one of all, getting blue-balled by Ada several times. And yet, one slit to the throat while you were asleep finishes you off. What a survivor you are.
So Scotty boy, tell me, what's your career?
Being a cop?
Just like Alfred Wesker.
Alfred Wesker? Alfred Wesker? How do you screw that up so badly?
I can show you true fear. Motherfucker, I'm ruthless. Just listen to the chorus.
Oh, there was a chorus going on? I guess that speaks for itself.
I wreck your ugly body worse than our TRG virus.
But I carry the worst virus, Rick. The T-pose virus.
I used to be in the law, and then I realized it sucked.
Maybe I am missing out on some games.
And you don't have my skills? Yeah, you're really fucked.
Okay, what a nonchalant line to be said there. Oh, you don't have the skills to do a 360 YY no scope with a sniper? Yeah, you're really fucked.
Just like Chief Keef, bang, bang, goes your face.
What?
I'm sorry I'm not a part of the bitch-ass race.
Whoa, Leon, okay. You're really trying something nice with that line.
I'm wrapping up a storm. Why don't you grab an umbrella?
If I had a boo sound effect, it would last for 5 minutes.
Just head back to Coos City. Go get eaten by a walker.
Okay, That one was just blatantly racist. What the hell are you guys doing?
Is Wong the only thing that gave you an erection?
Well, judging from the games, apparently so. Elena? I don't think so. But again, sorry, but no. Karma? Fuck you. Ashley? No way, fag. Claire? Screw the Redfield bloodline. Ada? Expand dog!
We may not kill the living, but I'll make an exception.
Bitch, you've killed hundreds of people! Maybe even thousands throughout your life! All of Negan's men! All of the governor's men! Terminus! What the fuck are you on about?
Be that putrid pussy, I think I've got a simple solution. Why don't you quit now before you face my retribution?
Fuck you, Paul W.S. Anderson. Oh, and name drop 4, because fuck you.
Who's next?
Wait, you gave Leon that one small line just to end it there? That is probably the most abrupt ending I have ever seen in a battle. Well, there's nothing left to say here. Let's now get into Skeep's battle. So I already noticed this beat sounds much like the Stranger Things intro. Though, I'm not sure if the style of the Resident Evil 7 logo played in your favor. I mean, the reason why this part is in orange is because the letters VIL almost resemble the numeral numbers of 7 when highlighted. But here, I'm not really sure what message he was trying to convey there. So here we got drawn images of the characters instead of JPEGs taken from the games and show. I mean, they still are the JPEGs, but just traced down to fit the style of the battle he was going for. And I do gotta say, it's pretty cool to look at.
Stop standing in the rain, lost and join the dinner table.
Oh, not Into the Voice, unfortunately. It's just too high. I mean, Evelyn didn't sound that young in the game, for multiple reasons. Also, where did Eleven's eyes go?
I seek to grab an umbrella, but your corpse will be unable.
Really? Another umbrella line? Why don't you just have Rihanna come in here and have her sing about her umbrella? Ella, under my umbrella.
I seek to grab an umbrella, but your corpse will be unable.
Hold up. Are those volumes coming out of her? I guess you need at least one way to tell two girls apart, but why is she in the back then? Shouldn't she be at the front?
How's that, you little fat? You're a worthless vermin, so shoot, bitch.
Ew, rats. Shoo, will ya?
Get that before you fallen in my rap trap, my
Ugh, I still have nightmares about that fucking puzzle room. So colorless.
Dubious, I'll leave you bleeding from more than your nose. Silly Petey, when your corpse is upside down before you know.
It's gonna be a piano party. Happy fucking birthday. Got a light?
Think you had a tragic past, it's time now to let go.
Oh yeah, just get over your past because that's easy. Be like me, who's aging at the pace of a damn Millennial Falcon going at light speed.
You'll have to speak in Morse code to get through to this Lego.
Oh, her eyes were just closed. I thought they forgot to draw them in.
I'll take the mic now, you're your family's third wheeler, who's drunk on an alcohol and herb mixture healer.
Which one are you talking about? Jack, Margaret, Lucas, Zoe?
Friends don't tell lies, so I'll disregard all your words.
You guys weren't friends to begin with.
Staying in my prime, you can't divide 11 into thirds. Now forget the bakers took the cake for butchering this track.
You do realize butchering the track means you ruined it, right?
And Alma Wade called, she said she wants her shtick back.
Yeah, if I have to be honest, I think Resident Evil 7 went a bit too easy by having a little girl as the main villain, even though she is part of a virus. How many times do we have to keep seeing that in video games?
Home is where the heart is, and you're an evil resident.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, I already heard this line and now it's backwards? What is the deal here?
Whose raps got old fast, forgot to take your medicine.
I think you mean herbs, thank you very much. But yeah, it's the same thing.
I'll make you wish you weren't alive.
Oh, you're testing me now, girl.
I will give you the boot when you see the underside of mine.
Okay, let's see what it says. Where's the boot? Where's the boot? Oh, there's the boot. Alright, gotta move it and... Oh. It just has your name. Well, that was disappointing.
We all know who you mimic, while the critics own your spirit. You'll be less scarred like your mother, looping nothing but my lyrics.
Please don't actually loop this battle. I wouldn't survive.
That's the way we make an Evelyn phrase, I will show you there's no hell or heaven. If you keep rocking Membo, you'll be known as the Ocean's 11. Evelyn battles benevolent, traveling through, do not taking a nap. Run where you want, you'll always be enslaved as a lab rat.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna have to slow things down a bit to catch up.
That's the way we make an Evelyn phrase, I will show you there's no hell or heaven.
There is only... Wait, I already did this joke. Forget it.
If you keep rocking Membo, you'll be known as the Ocean's 11.
I swear to God, if you don't stop with these jokes, you're going to get 11 across the face. And you don't want to know what the 11th one is.
Evelyn battles benevolent, traveling through, do not taking a nap.
Let's see here. 11, are you napping?
Run where you want, you'll always be enslaved as a lab rat.
Can you use my decision? Freaky God, best not be bitchin'. You've took heed, cannibal mama should stay out of the kitchen.
Oh, so that's what they were eating at the table. I was so stuck on figuring that out. Thank you.
I'm trained to rap on track, and 11's what I'd rate me. While you're crying to your mama, why does everybody hate me? I'll take you out the family picture, stomping you out, mouth breather. Do you kiss your sister with that mouth?
What the fuck? How many times have I said what the fuck over the weirdest lines I have heard from these battles?
I just thought you'd be able to flow since you're so blowy.
Well, that flow of yours definitely blew. For all the wrong reasons, of course.
But I killed both you and the beat. Go and tell Aunt Rhodey.
Aunt Rhodey? Yes, dear? I have something terrible to say. Oh my, what seems to be the problem? 11 just killed Evelyn on the track! What the fuck?! Well, that was Leon Kennedy versus Rick Grimes and 11 versus Evelyn. Yeah, I like the latter more. While I'm not so big on the static animated images style and also wasn't a fan of Evelyn's voice, the look of the battle was pretty appealing, the voice acting was pretty solid, the flow was mostly on point, I like how you added the Stranger Things theme into the beats, and the lyrics weren't half bad. In contrast, Leon vs. Rick was a complete dumpster fire. It looked like shit, it sounded like shit, the voice acting was shit, the beat was shit, and the lyrics were hot, steamy shit. Really, this isn't a competition on which one was better, but it's just me telling you which battle you're better off having as an MP3 to listen to whenever you do your homework or you make videos like this. Go to this one. But the other one, avoid it at all costs. What the hell is happening out there?
What the? Hey, I like your shoes. Oh my god! right, watch.
Look at Matt Hardy. He's on the top rope. Heads up. Went for the moonsault. Rolled out of the way. Orton playing possum maybe. I don't know. Got out of the way. Matt Hardy crashed and burned.
And look at Randy Orton slithering.
Oh, watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out.